Hey guys, what's going on? Will, Audra, welcome back to Flawless Exotic Creations. This is going to be a really fun video today.
Yep.
Because
you know why? Because we give all kinds of ball python advice and relationship goals.
Oh gosh, relationship
Follow
goals.
us for more relationship tips. Anyway, no. For real though, we're actually going to dive into some advanced ball python morphs.
Advanced morphs, kinda, where, you know, trying to set you up for the future.
For the future, yeah. Not just your next clutch, but
Absolutely.
think like 3 to 5 years in advance.
You know, or even further. And, you know, how do you get there without some type of plan? So a lot of people want to see actual visual applications of these plans go into play. We're going to show you some snakes in just a little bit, so you're going to want to stay tuned. But there's a complete plan, and it's not chaotic. Not as chaotic as you may think it can be.
I'm always chaotic.
Oh, definitely. You are the chaos in my life. Absolutely.
I know.
Gosh.
Y'all wonder where he gets those white beard hairs from.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. It's definitely from you.
And this receding hairline.
Oh, you want to be a hater.
I might be.
Yeah, you might be. Definitely might be.
So when we say advanced morphs, what do we mean? You stop with my
So now
let's actually get back to the point.
I'm not dying now, laughing and choking. So yes, as far as what we want to explain as far as advanced morphs, so what we're talking about is a little bit more complex
it's a little bit more
than just your 1 or 2 genes. Having some direction in your collection, knowing the capacity of your collection. Are you one that can house 100 snakes? Are you one that can only house 30, 40? There's endless amounts of snakes that you can house, or endless amounts of combos that you can work with.
That's it.
What are your constraints?
Understanding your logistics first and foremost, your infrastructure. Look at that. Great minds think alike, Dave.
Jinx.
Jinx, Coke, you owe me a Coke.
Oh, I've never heard that, but okay. Good grief.
But we're talking complex genetics. We're talking about multi-gene combinations. We're talking about understanding your infrastructure so you can really take the power of codons and recessive pairings to the next level.
Right.
Within your your constraints.
Right. And what we mean by constraints, we're talking about, like we said, your infrastructure as well as your monetary constraints. Everyone has a budget. You know, it is what it is. Absolutely. You can get to those same goals. It may take you a little longer. That's completely fine. Sometimes you feel like you're being kind of left behind, left in the dust. You're not. Long as you're executing your game plan, right? If you're not executing your plan, and let's say you're trying to go out there and grab everything that you see that may be hot for that moment, you may find yourself consistently spinning your wheels and never going anywhere.
We always talk about it, and it kind of, I guess it's cliche, but supply and demand, right? We're always talking about that. And a lot of people think, oh, I just need supply. And it's not necessarily that. You've got to take multiple factors into account when you're actually talking about the economics of it all.
Right. And key thing with it is rarity.
Yeah.
Adding into that supply.
Well, he was just reading my mind again. I was gonna say, you've got to understand what's influencing your pricing in certain areas of whatever genes you're looking at. You want to know the demand, and you want to know the rarity of those combinations that are more than just like your single genes or your sire and your female, your male.
Accurate.
Yeah.
Along with those business lines, we're starting to talk a little bit about that over on Discord as well. You guys know we carried over from Flawless Crested Geckos, and we're kind of modeling everything that we do with Flawless Exotic Creations after Flawless Crested Geckos. Yes. So there is you can't treat ball pythons or any reptile like it's a loaf of bread. All right. So we're not saying that, oh, the loaf of bread is $3 and it increased by this or it decreased. It's not the same supply and demand. When you're working with reptiles, you have to understand that they're not a necessity. That puts you in an entirely different area when it comes to business. You're trying to basically suggest to possible consumers or customers to come and buy from you, and it's what they're willing to spend depending on what you have.
Because I always look at it, and I hate to interrupt you, but this is really good, like, I guess, parallel to the the industry as a whole. He talked about it not being necessities, and ball pythons, unfortunately, they're not necessities.
Right.
Maybe you might think they are, but they're not. But it's kind of like the concept of jewelry, right? Or let's go further into that, deep diving into jewelry, is watches, time. So time is actually a necessity. You need to understand time as a whole. But the actual timepiece that you carry around does not. That's a luxury, right? And you have to understand that there are a lot of different people that are going to want Rolexes versus like your Timex. So you have to decide where your visual appeal is, where your genetic diversity is, and where you fall amongst those types of, I guess, measuring sticks.
The spectrum.
The spectrum. That's
yes.
Right.
I'm following you. I'm following you. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
I'm putting it down.
So the reason I go there with it, and Audra goes there with it, is because we work that area on the gecko side of things. And, you know, we like to, if we can't add something positive to the conversation, we don't really like to touch on much of anything that we don't know anything about. We're students of the game, just like everyone else. But that being said, there's some reference that we can make to some of the big wigs, right? You talk like Mike Wilbanks. He's huge. Kudos to him. I will put it out there. We do not aspire to be the next Mike Wilbanks. That's
Absolutely
huge.
Not.
And but we can also appreciate from what we see from the sidelines. We can also take notes. We can see what he does well. Maybe we can apply it to something that we can try to do, but maybe it doesn't apply. One thing that doesn't apply to us, this is, again, give him all his flowers while he's doing, he's amazing. He's making incubate. He has so many irons in the fire. It's insane. But I believe he has like walk-in incubators, rooms and rooms. I mean, thousands of clutches a year is what he's producing. Like it or love it or hate it, that's what he's producing. That's not what we're going after. He can still produce a single gene lesser, a single gene banana. He could produce these beautiful animals that are single genes where, let's say, his employee, he may end up paying that employee more than the actual value of the snake that he brings back in return on that individual snake. But the totality of circumstances
as a whole,
you can't really add up a lot of the stuff, the variables, how much his time is actually worth for him to do it himself versus him to pay an employee to do it while he enjoys life as it may be. Also, the difference in selling a high dollar snake that same employee is taken care of versus the lower end snake. He still has to pay that employee. So there's a lot of different variables in business that we don't claim to know, that we know all the ins and outs of, but certain aspects of it, we don't, how do I say, we don't interest ourselves in wanting to kind of venture down. And that's not a stab or jab at it. So with that being said, let's check out some cool animals.
Because everybody loves pretty snakes, right?
So we're going to take a look at two interesting snakes right off the bat. We're going to keep them in their positions. But what you have there is stuff that we produce here in-house in our very short time here being breeders. But on the left side here, you have your Hurricane Pied, 100% het for ultra male, breeder male. And on our right side, and much calmer, you have another Hurricane Pied, 100% het for DG male. These combinations are really cool. As you can see, we love what Hurricane is doing, especially in Pied for us. Love it because it basically acts similar to us. As a better version of Inchy, because we haven't produced any low white or any high white pieds when Hurricane has been in the mix, and we're thankful for that because it can basically help us with our future projects. So again, this is another route that anyone could have went, can still go. And again, it's not very expensive to get into that project, especially when you're trying to produce them yourself.
He's a wild man.
Here is another male, breeder male that we're using here. And this male here is a pied that's 100% double het for DG and Hypo. So again, breeding this male into other females that have cool incomplete dominance that you want to work with would produce some phenomenal holdbacks for you, which is what we're doing for our DG Hypopod project. And he has been a stud for us so far.
He's beautiful, isn't he? Just an incredible specimen. Look how white he is. Love him.
All right, and then we have this miracle boy who has literally been a home run for us here. What you're looking at is a Super Wookiee acid. Not only is it a Super Wookiee acid, this season we found that he's a Super Wookiee acid 100% het for pied.
Isn't he incredible?
And we found that out old school through just regular pairing, chasing what we wanted to produce. We were trying to produce het pieds, Wookiee het pieds, and we stumbled upon Super Wookiee pods.
Honestly, this snake is probably one of my favorites in the collection period. And I am the one that likes, you know, the brighter colors and all that kind of stuff, but this guy is just absolutely unreal.
So here we have a very, very bright girl that we produced, and she's growing at an awesome pace, but she's a Super Orange Dream Inchy Fire 100% het for DG. We actually have her mom, which is the same, but her mom also has chocolate and isn't het for DG. So this is just, we want to show this off as a progression in trying to make the stuff that we want, because the stuff that we want may not be necessarily available. You know, you don't kind of just sit back and settle for something else. You create what you want.
You know, you guys that have been following us for a little while know that I'm a DG hater, but this girl really does something for me. I'm not hating it.
So since we showed off that last girl, we'll show off this girl too. We have to actually send this girl's shed in, but this girl here is a red stripe, black pastel, yellow belly harlequin. She's also 66% het for G-stripe and 50% double het for hypo and clown. So if she proves out and tests out for all three, or even 2 out of 3, she's still phenomenal. We're still gonna hold her back because of harlequin. Harlequin is a very, very untapped gene that we're working and pushing really, really hard, and there's not very much out there dealing with harlequin combinations. So she is beautiful.
Yes, his little nose. Oh my gosh.
So we figure we'll show this little one off last as one of the biggest surprises of this season. You'll see a lot of this girl here as she's one of the holdbacks. This was something that we've been planning on hopefully producing in the next 5 to 7 years from now. So we're very, very happy that we popped her out. We showed her off on IG quite a bit. But this here is a Super Wookiee, Orange Dream, yellow belly, possibly acid pied. Absolutely stunning.
Look at that little head.
The little duck bill on the face.
Oh, I love that.
Really, really cool.
She's very attractive.
Yeah, we hit that combo, and then we also hit the combo in the male in pastel that looks very, very impressive as well. And we've been holding him back as well. So again, leaped us definitely forward by a few years in that project. So we're really, really ecstatic.
Unreal. So, as you can see from all those beautiful animals, we have in mind the importance of like key holdbacks to push our program into the future.
Absolutely.
Our future projects are in mind when we are looking at each and every snake and the genetic diversity.
Yeah, that's the first thing in mind, because we want to make sure that, especially if, you know, maybe they are available out there for you to purchase, but maybe there are very few of them out there. Yes. If there's very few of them out there and we're producing them and they're on our holdback list, then yes, we will hold that back. We get asked questions on how to choose holdbacks all the time, and it can be difficult, especially getting started. Again, this is something that we're trying. We're not trying to say that, oh, this is the only way. There's so many different ways that you can do this.
Yes. The thing is that you just want to have a clear direction of where you're going and
plan,
understanding the genetics that you've picked to put in your program. Don't just willy-nilly pick genes that you think, oh, I like this and I like this and I'm just going to stick them together. You have to have a clear understanding of why you're putting these things together.
Then you also want to, if it's possible, because of what Audra was saying, you want to make sure that your planning kind of organizes your collection in a manner where you're not overproducing common morphs or common genes that everyone may have, or that maybe you're not trying to keep or hold back, because then you're actually stacking the chips against yourself when it comes to trying to be able to sell that animal or move it into its forever home.
Well, and not to mention just the idea of producing snakes that, you know, may or may not be wanted by people, and then you've got a snake who, you know, you didn't have to bring that into this world. So it kind of falls onto like an ethical thought process.
Absolutely.
And like
it's also, I mean, genuinely for us, it would not be smart for us either.
No.
I'll speak for us to us. Not only is it not ethical because you're looking to try to move that snake into a home that you can't find, but also it's just not smart because you're ignoring the market trends, number one, and you're feeding into, you know, pretty much whatever the need is to mass produce a gene that you're not even expecting to hold back. You're kind of backing yourself into a hole.
Basically, when we talk about clear direction for your program, you want to set your program up not with what you just see in front of you, but with the end game in mind.
Yeah.
So what is your end game? And then from point A to point Z, all that in between needs to be laid out step by step to get you to that end game in the most efficient way possible, without sacrificing ethics and sacrificing infrastructure and sacrificing dollars and rats that you don't need to be giving to
Definitely.
animals that don't need to be even here in the first place.
Definitely. Because it's what do you call that machine, baby, where you have the thing and you're weighing.
Oh, my Libra scale.
That's what it's called? What is it called, though?
It's a scale.
Pendulum? Is it a pendulum?
Oh, no, that's the thing that does this.
Man. Well, the scale.
It's the scale.
And you want to make sure that if you're going to, you know, throw it out of balance, you want to at least throw it out of balance in your favor. A lot of the time it's not possible because we're dealing with living and breathing creatures that we choose to create. Sometimes your man hours, sometimes your rodents, you're going to end up putting more monetary value, energy value into your hatchlings and what you're producing than what you may receive on the opposite end. That's completely fine. You're not going to get dollar for dollar everything you produce every time you sell something. You want to put yourself in the best possible scenario, meaning your pairings, your planning. All right, yes, you hit your holdback, but you also hit other high-end stuff, but then maybe you hit something low-end. That's perfectly fine. That lower end snake needs to be fed and cared for the same way you care for your high end stuff.
Absolutely.
So all of that is a manner of trying to foolproof your ball python breeding plan, if there's ever such a thing. There's so many different variables that can pop in. We've walked you through them prior as far as trying to breed, get eggs, go full term, hatch out healthy. There's so many different things. So why not lean things in your favor and put everything, bet all your chips on yourself, and, you know, organize it in the right manner for your business, for your success, for your future. So if you've gained anything from this video or any of our content, please hit that subscribe button.
Like, subscribe for more relationship tips from Flawless. I'm just kidding.
No, she's not. She's the world's greatest wife.
I know.
And the shortest wife.
I am not.
She hears everything. But anyway, guys, hit that notification bell too to be notified for all Flawless content.
I'm about to give him a wedgie. He's gonna get a wedgie and a noogie all in one.
It's Audra, Flawless Exotic Creations, and we out.
Bye.